scenario to your country. You guys follow me? Okay? So, and I'm not saying you have to limit your move to one move, right? During the move stage. You can do as many moves as you want, but you have to have at least one move per stage. Guys got it? And clearly it would be, if you have one move, it should be clear to me that, you know, that you're paying attention to the scenario in such a way where you're identifying the most pressing issue at hand for your country that's in that scenario. You with me so far? Okay, now, so that would be the first, agenda setting. And agenda setting basically refers to that stage of the decision-making process where you begin to prioritize, okay, on the issues that you as a country are facing that are defining your reality. And in this class, or in this game, your reality is defined where? In the game. And that would be through the scenarios. Okay? Now, so what can you do? All right? What are the tools? Now, these are the tools that typically are identified in a public policy class on tools for influencing decision-making in the international arena. And these are the kind of tools, okay, that you have to rely on in order to do what? Play the game. Now, the media that you have at your disposal is the actual game. That's Tumblr, okay, Twitter. You can contact other players and use Hangout and Google+. These are all the different things that you can rely on, right? But that's the media that allows you to engage in political action, economic action, military action, providing information, or in some cases, not doing anything. Now, you have to at least do one move, right? Which means if you have six issues that are in the scenario, you have to at least respond to what? One of the issues, right? Which means if there's 6 issues and you respond to 6 issues, what are you doing with the other 5? You're doing nothing. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Now, how do you play the game? The game is played through a series of moves. Okay? And there's 3 types of moves. You have an intention move, you intend to do something, you have an agreement move, or you have a defense or coercive move. Now the word move has 2 meanings in the game. The move would be the action, okay? Whether political or economic or military, okay? Or the move can be a stage, that is the 48 hours that you have to do what? Make your moves, make your decisions, right? Now, once you make your move, okay, you decide that you're going to make your move. In other words, before you make your move, you got to talk to your partner, right? Okay, and you have to come up with a decision, and you got to decide, do we want to have a move that's a statement of intent? Is there a move that's going to be called an agreement move? Or if it's going to be a defensive or coercive move, right? Now, an intention move involves a unilateral declaration. It's a statement you yourself make, okay? In other words, you don't have to contact any other country, okay? It's just that you plan to do something. All right, so it's a declaration that you're going to, let's say in this country, in this example, a declaration that a country seeks peace in a given situation, at a press conference that indicates the blame for they're basically blaming someone else. In other words, you're going to try to solve a problem. I'm going to give you an example. I'll give you an example of a statement of intent in a couple of seconds. Okay? But basically, you're just taking a position regarding a problem. If it's something to do with water, Kuwait, we consider water a serious problem in Kuwait. And by the way, why is water a serious problem in Kuwait? Well, but in terms of the water usage, do you guys know which is the highest per capita user of water in the world? Kuwait. Actually, the most amount of gallons per, I think, year is in Germany or France. One is 1 and 1 is 2. But then the third country is Kuwait. Now, per capita, given the size of France and given the size of Germany, and the fact that Kuwait is number 3, if you take it per capita, Kuwait leapfrogs over France and Germany and becomes number 1. So obviously, water issues are important to Kuwait, right? So you can make a statement, okay, saying that water usage is important, that you plan that as a country in the Gulf, that you're going to take this matter very seriously, right? And that you've announced that you're going to initiate a special committee chaired by all these experts to deal with the water problem. But it's only going to happen where? In Kuwait. Now, if Kuwait wanted to take the lead and say, because Kuwait is such a big deal in Kuwait, we are going to contact, okay, or we are working with Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and all these other countries, that ceases to be a statement of intent, but rather now requires what? An agreement. Which means that while you publish this statement that you're going to be doing this with all these other countries, the other countries have to reaffirm their commitment by also posting something. But for that to happen, what has to happen first? You got to contact that country. You got to get together and talk to each other. Whether you call them up, whether you use the Hangout, they see what's going on here.
Yeah.
That's what has to happen. Okay? So in other words, if I'm looking at a statement in the game and it says that you guys, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain have decided to work together,